Joining us now is Andrei Zagorotnyuk. He's the former Ukrainian Minister of Defense. He's co-founder and chairman of the security think tank Center for Defensive Strategies. Mr. Zagorotnyuk, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time tonight, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Let me first just ask about these reports that the Pentagon briefed to U.S. reporters today, saying that the Russian military is massing huge numbers of troops and a large amount of equipment for what appears to be a renewed assault on the eastern side of the country. Does that meet your understanding of what you believe is happening in your country? And what do you make of the scale of that apparent preparation?
Yes, absolutely. It means that's what they do. And essentially what happened. Originally, they had a plan of quick capture of Kiev and quick destruction of Ukraine. That didn't work. Then they started to assault number of cities. That didn't work. Then they started to coerce Ukrainian citizens by destroying their cities and bombing everywhere, including civilian infrastructure, most of all. That didn't frighten us. So now they are concentrating all they have on one region, because we believe they need to show to themselves, to their leadership, to Putin and so on, that they at least can achieve something. Because generally, Russian campaign in Ukraine was failing. And right now they concentrate all their forces on one region, and that is absolutely true. According to our statements of our Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we expect the operation in the east to be somewhat reminding of World War II battles. So yes, indeed, they were talking about tens of thousands of the troops, thousands of vehicles, equipment, weapons, and so on. So this is a very serious development.
When you say you expect combat along the lines of what we saw in World War II, you're talking about mass conventional forces facing off on the battlefield. Tell us about the balance of power between the types and amount of Russian hardware and forces being moved there versus what the Ukrainian military has at its disposal and the number of Ukrainian forces are available to fight that kind of a battle.
Well, yes. Basically, when we compare to World War II, we need to understand that this war is already the largest conflict in Europe since World War II, by a number of the troops employed, by weapons and casualties and so on. So we're talking about a very serious war, which is happening right now in Europe. And of course, we have personnel which is ready to defend our country. We have no shortage of volunteers, of reservists who are ready to join. Our biggest issue, which we of course can replenish with our own forces, but something where we need support, is equipment. So basically weapons. Particularly, this war is going to be very different from what has been so far, because what happened before was that Russians tried to attack from all different sides, all different places. They had reasonably limited troops in many locations around Ukraine. And our small group tactical approach was very efficient. And that's where our allies, with, of course, United States, first of all, who supplied us with the javelins and stingers, and United Kingdom with other anti-tank equipment. That's where it was useful, because we could use that. However, we also used a lot of artillery. And we used it very successfully, and that's how Russians couldn't be successful in their attempts. This phase, most likely, is going to be all artillery, all long range, all what is called major firepower. So this is going to be the war where actually physically the two sides may not even see each other in the plain sight. So this is much more dangerous and much more deadly, if I may say so. So yeah, it's a serious challenge.
In terms of the kinds of weapons you're describing needed for that kind of a battle, to what extent does this mean that this is a qualitatively different type of ask, a qualitatively different type of request? You need, obviously, replacement for the artillery that's already been expended in the fighting thus far, but do you need new kinds of weapons that you haven't had to use before in the kind of small group tactics that you were just describing?
We need to have armored vehicles. We need to have what is called multi-launch rocket systems and artillery, and that's what we've been using at home. And this is, we know very well how to use. But of course, our stocks are not like endless, and that's why we've been asking for help with our allies, including United States, of course. It's not something totally new, which we've never seen before. But this is something where our partners can definitely step in.
Former Ukrainian Minister of Defense Andrei Zagorodniuk. Mr. Minister, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you.